Operation Epic Fury.
Right now, American B-2 stealth bombers are in the skies over Iran, delivering devastating precision strikes on the mullahs' nuclear ambitions. Operation Epic Fury is underway, and President Trump is doing what 40 years of politicians only talked about. They dreamed about this. But while our brave men and women in uniform are putting their lives on the line, and some have lost their lives doing this, guess what's happening back home? The mainstream media is literally airing Iranian propaganda. Late-night hosts are joking about Iran bombing Americans, and fake news networks are spreading disinformation designed to undermine your president during wartime. So whose side are they really on? So let me be crystal clear about what's at stake here, guys. This isn't just about Iran. This is about whether America can defend itself while fighting a two-front war. One against terrorist regime, and the other against a hostile media establishment right here at home. Your sons and daughters, your neighbors, your friends, right now, North Carolinians, Texans, Californians, all 50 states are in harm's way, executing a mission to ensure a death cult regime never gets its hand on nuclear weapons. And what does CNN do? Guess what? They air 4 straight minutes of Iranian propaganda. And what does Jimmy Kimmel do? He jokes that Trump wants Iran to bomb us. These aren't the bad takes. This is information warfare being waged against America during an active military operation. Every misleading report, every propaganda broadcast, and every disgusting joke gives aid and comfort to our enemies. The Iranians are watching American television, and our media is handing them ammunition. Disgusting. And speaking of America's security posture, there's a developing story out of Washington that the legacy media does not want you to see. As Iran destabilizes the Middle East and our military executes Operation Epic Fury, the federal government just made a move that could reshape America's security posture for decades. And here's the truth that they don't want you to know. Our nuclear submarines, our warheads, and our next generation power grid, all of it depends on uranium. And we import almost every single pound of it from foreign nations. This is not just about energy independence, this is about survival. Because a nation that can't power its own military does not remain a superpower for very long. That's why smart investors are looking at atomic minerals, trading as ATMMF in the US and ATOM in Canada. They're positioning in domestic uranium assets right here in America, potentially part of the solution to end our dangerous dependence on foreign adversaries for the very fuel that powers our national defense. And do your own research, but understand this: energy security is national security. Now here's where it gets even more infuriating. When the Secretary of War was asked about ABC's botched reporting on supposed Iranian drone threats in California, you know what he said? He said they're used to bad reporting. They're used to ill-informed reporting. And let that sink in. Our military leadership has to factor in that American journalists will get it wrong. But it gets worse. These same networks that spread disinformation, they routinely cut away from President Trump's speeches to quote, unquote, fact-check him. This hypocrisy is staggering. They're fact-checking our president, guys. Let's get into it. This is going to be a fun one. If you didn't hate mainstream media before this segment, you're going to afterwards. We've got the Daily Wire saying, the Secretary of War about the impact of the since updated ABC story about Iranian drone threat to California. That reporting on California obviously had no impact on us. We're used to bad reporting. Let's see what he had to say.
That reporting on California obviously had no impact on us. Also, we're used to bad reporting. We're used to ill-informed reporting, and so it doesn't change how we operate, but we engage with it to prove that it's not true, as CENTCOM has done so well. Ultimately, I look at the reports on a daily basis of our interagencies all over it. My partners across government are all over, looking for indications and warnings, keeping the American people safe. There's a lot of things Iran has said it can do for a long time. Thankfully, including engaging their proxies and getting them involved in the fight, which they haven't been able to do. So we're watching that very closely.
Well, their proxies know that the America is not messing around. I mean, we've literally taken Iran, which is one of the top threats in the entire world for everybody, right? For years, like, oh, if you guys touch Iran, they're going to spark off this crazy thing. Well, it hasn't happened. And they've been trying to do that. But the United States is so strong that we've stopped them in everything. But even our own CNN, MSNBC, those guys, they're rooting for the bad guys. They're not rooting for our soldiers, our sons and daughters fighting overseas right now, our soldiers who have died. They're not rooting for them. While the Pentagon dismisses misleading reports about Iranian threats on American soil, Fox News lashes out at the late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. Oh yeah, he's another wonderful guy, making a punchline in his jokes about Trump's foreign policy. From Brandon Straka, Fox News panel torches Jimmy Kimmel after he joked President Trump wanted Iran to attack us. Who celebrates that? This is people call this like a liberal sickness in the mindset. It really is a sickness. Let's see.
We can't handle a drone strike. We barely survived the writer's strike here, okay? And I hope these Iranians realize Donald Trump wants you to bomb us. For him, that would be a win-win. He might even bomb us himself and blame it on you, okay?
I mean, and on it goes. I guess it's funny in the Kimmel bubble, but it's just one of those things like, okay.
Yeah, national security shouldn't be punchline material right now. We can debate policy, we can debate strategy, you can even talk about whether or not you agree with the president. But I think at this point, even sarcastically talking about a foreign adversary attacking us or seemingly encouraging them to do so is not something most Americans are aligned with at this point.
No, you would think not. Meantime,
Democrats, they don't care about releasing criminals and repeated convicted felons from jail because they want their votes. They don't care about having 30 million illegal immigrants inside of this country causing untold chaos and damage and deaths on a daily and yearly basis. They don't care about that. They're sure as heck not going to care about Iran attacking the United States. And look at the Gulf of Tonkin and a few other things. The government has done some pretty weird things in the past. Not to say that he wasn't completely wrong on that, but to sit here and celebrate our enemies coming to America and killing American citizens, disgusting. If you didn't hate these people enough, you can't. And as Fox News criticizes the mainstream media's lax attitudes towards national security threats, Sean Hannity levels a harsh critique at CNN for broadcasting Iranian propaganda during this tense period. They literally put Iranian propaganda on television. Let's see what he has to say.
Out of fake news CNN in the midst of a serious conflict with Iran and that evil regime. The network played 4 straight minutes of actual Iranian state propaganda, including a ridiculous and incendiary written statement from supposedly Iran's new supreme leader, who might not even be alive. I guess Baghdad Bob is back in a different form. The same network who routinely cuts away from President Trump's speeches to accuse him of disinformation or to fact check him.
During this President Trump State of the Union, they had a live fact check going next to him, saying all the things that he said were completely wrong, and they were fact checking in real time. And they literally took the President of the United States off of X and Facebook for disinformation because it was unfair to the world. Because how dare we let fledgling democracies in other countries know that freedom of speech only exists when it's, something that they agree with. And they actually showed, we all know propaganda is propaganda. Look what North Korea is coming out, China, and all these other countries, and everything coming out of Iran right now in their state media. They said that America lost its whole entire air defense and Iranian military is pushing America back to the sea, and that they're about to attack us on the homeland because our entire Middle Eastern fleets and everything we have in CENTCOM completely collapsed. That's what the mainstream media in Iran put out, and now CNN's airing this as verified facts. Absolutely trash what these people are doing. So following Hannity's condemnation of CNN's broadcast, we turn our focus to Vice President's appeal for prayers, emphasizing the U.S. commitment to preventing Iran from attaining nuclear weapons. In North Carolina, VP asked for prayers for our service members involved in Operation Epic Fury. Right now, we're engaged in a military operation to ensure, as POTUS has said repeatedly, that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. And they're pretty close to not having anything ever again. Let's see.
All know that right now we are engaged in a military operation to ensure, as the president has said repeatedly, that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. That is a simple principle and standard. Frankly, every president said that they believed it. Donald J. Trump has taken affirmative steps to ensure that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Now, but we also know that there are a lot of people from the state of North Carolina who are in harm's way right now. And so I want all of us, when we go home, we leave this event, I want all of us to say a prayer, not just for the North Carolinians, but for the people of all of our 50 states who put on the uniform and are willing to sacrifice for the safety and security and freedom of the United States of America. I want every single person, I want you to tell every single person who is serving overseas in harm's way that this crowd in North Carolina has their back. Thank you all.
And for all of you watching this video right now, comment if you support our troops, say we support our troops, or Go America, hashtag USA, whatever you want to put in there. Let our troops know that we have their backs too, even though CNN and MSNBC and all the other scumbags at the establishment media don't care. It's so disgusting. So with the Vice President's rallying call to support our troops, U.S. Central Command is actively engaged in Operation Epic Fury, deploying B-2 bombers to neutralize threats from Iran. And again, for decades, they said that what has happened in Iran in the last 13 days has been impossible to achieve. We did what the analysts said would take years to do. We did it in under 2 weeks with a completely unrestrained military. We got U.S. CENTCOM saying B-2 bombers take off to conduct a mission during Operation Epic Fury, delivering long-range fire to not only eliminate the threat from the Iranian regime today, but also eliminate their ability to rebuild in the future. Let's see. That's American power. It's crazy that something that looks like a diving hawk can fly without any radar signature all the way across the world, and nobody can even detect they're there. Nobody. It has the cross-section of a marble in the air. And for all these years, they said that we couldn't attack Iran. China sent over their best infrastructure, their best equipment, their best air defenses, and they did nothing to stop anything that we had going out in their direction. So here's what they don't want you to understand, folks. This is coordinated. When CNN airs Iranian propaganda, when ABC runs corrections on fabricated threats, when Jimmy Kimmel tells America that Trump wants Iran to bomb us, this isn't incompetence. This is the establishment media showing you exactly whose side that they're on. And Sean Hannity called it perfectly. Baghdad Bob is back and in a different form. He's wearing a CNN press badge. And Vice President Vance is asking Americans to pray for our troops. The Trump administration is limiting Iran's ability to threaten the world with nuclear weapons, and our own media class is actively undermining that mission. President Trump is fighting the mullahs abroad and the media at home, and he's winning on both fronts. So here's your key takeaway, Patriots. While other militaries executes the most significant strike against Iranian aggression in decades, never forget who stood with America and who stood with the propaganda. The mainstream media has chosen their side, and it isn't yours. Vice President Vance said it best: pray for our service members, support our troops, and have their backs. That's what real Americans do. Share this video with everybody who needs to see the truth about information war being waged on us and against our country. Drop a comment below and tell me, should networks that air enemy propaganda during wartime face consequences? I'm saying yes. But let's hear what you say, yes or no. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single report. Also, check out the Next News merch shop at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com and wear your patriotism proudly. I'm Tom McCullough. As always, stay informed, stay free, and God bless.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.